So we have started recording, and my names are Muhoz Alan. So you are going to tell me your names, your age, and the village plus the division and the district where you are coming from. And you tell me what you are farming. Isn't it? Now we have started. My names are Kugonza James. I come from Birungo Villa Yoruba. We are in the city now. Me, I'm a farmer and I rear animals. I have a group that I'm leading, and your company came to us and asked us to cooperate together. I called my members or the farmers themselves, because our group, Birungo Villa Yoruba, it is for vegetable growers. Other members have remained there, but me, their chairman, I'm the one who have come, and we are farmers. I myself am also a farmer from Birungo Villa Yoruba, our village. We grow tomatoes, maize, onions, and all vegetables that you know. That's the reason I'm here, so that I can be part of this occasion, so that we can be able to learn and improve on the quality of our work. It may not be just an occasion, but it is also an interview, and what you are going to tell us will help us on how we can develop our services to the farmers, so that when they are practicing their farming, they can do something that is better. So as you are going to answer these questions, just know that you are teaching many farmers in all parts of Uganda. We are going to have a conversation slowly by slowly, and our interview may take almost a full hour. Now you are going to tell me, when did you last buy materials to use in the garden? How did you start? Where did you buy them? And how did you come to know about them? So how are you been using them, and how have they helped you to improve your farming? And you specify to us, what have you bought and where have you got it from? From the very start, for us, when we are starting farming, we don't have land for ourselves, but we rent. But after renting the land, you know that you are going to grow maize or tomato. Then you hire people to cultivate. Then you buy the seeds. Then you plant. You first cultivate. Then you buy the seeds, and then you plant. You cannot do those things at once. For maize, you don't just plant, but you use fertilizers, and also you water the plants. You water the plants with water. So that you can get the quality seeds that you need. Even the tomatoes you prepare very well before you plant. And for us, we have a guider, a farming guider. We call him, he comes and he guides us on what to do. And because he's professional, so we follow what he tells us. So he comes, he teaches on what to do. He comes and he directs us where to buy the seeds. Now he directed us which company to buy good seeds. When the last time you bought, what did you buy? Which one and which one did you buy? I bought maize seeds. I bought tomatoes. And those tomatoes, we are still looking after them. And my fellow members are there farming. We bought even the drugs. But the drugs are too expensive. But sometimes we go there and we find when the drugs are too expensive. But for us, because we are in the group helps us, because when they are too expensive, you can come and borrow money from the group and you go and buy. After buying, you can plant without making losses. So that you make sure that you plant so that you don't make losses. Is there a person that you always consult so that he gives you advice on what to buy? And he gives you the advice where to buy your utilities for farming? Yes, we have that person as a group. We have him as a group and we always call him at our own time we need. He comes, we ask him which seeds to plant, which drugs to buy, and which shops are we going to buy those things that we use in the garden. And he always directs us where to buy them, and he tells us the seeds that is up to date. He directs us on seeds of cabbage, maize, and the tomatoes, plus the drugs that we use. And we always use him. So So even when we go to other shops, we ask them about their things that they are selling, their seeds. We ask them about the quality and how we can look after them so that we can get the profits. Do you have a person, either is a farming guide or he has a shop, or any professional person that you always use to consult, not as a group but as you a person? Leave those things of a group, but you as a person, do you have someone that you trust and you always consult him about what to plant, which seeds to buy, where to buy them, and how to grow them, how to look after them? Do you have any other person? And that person who can advise you about even the prices? Whenever we come to the shop here in Kisenyi, that person who always sells us the medicine, he always explains to us on what to do. So he shows us what to do, and he tells us the drugs, plus even the number of times we are to use them, plus even the amount that we have to use in the garden. Because we cannot risk not to consult him, because if we do not get his advice, we can plant them unknowingly, and those seeds, they don't come out well, so it leads us into losses. So we always consult this man who always sells us medicine in Kisenyi. Then another good thing for us, we have a teacher of our group. So when I feel like I don't know what to do, or I have failed, I call him and I ask him, what should I use? Then he tells us, use this and this and this. And even he tells us in the group, you buy, even our group tells us, buy this medicine, is the one that is stronger. This is the better, so this one. So after we have called those people, they always tell us and teach us before we use any of the drugs or before we plant any of the seeds, and they advise us about the seasons and the conditions that we have to provide so that our seeds grow well. So it is now impossible to farm or plant seeds and you will make losses. So how long have you been using these people that you are consulting? Let me say we started with him from last year, and now as we count, there are 2 years. So are they 2 years? Yes. I want you to tell me the story about when you are buying new things that you have never used, and you want to use them in the garden, be it drugs or seeds. That new thing, do you always have belief in those new things? Have never used them? Do you feel have that power in that when you take the seeds according to how they have explained to them, they will have, according to how they have explained to me, that these new products will really deliver what I want? I always have that belief. Do you always have that energy? These things you have tried to test them. So when they tell us that you go and use this thing which is new on the market, we first go and test them and see. And we have been trying to test them before we apply them on the bigger scale. Some we find that they are weak, they are not as strong as they have told us. But some other companies, you find that they have given us their products which are very strong, be it drugs or seeds. And when we use them, they give us good yields, and we even jubilate. For example, like your company have provided us good seeds and even the drugs, and when we use them, they give us good yields. And you see that even the fertilizers this company has provided to us, you see that they are good. And that's why for us we use these products of this company, because we have tried different products and the products are working well. But sometimes when you just go there and there, you can fall on something which you use and it will not bring out the yields as you expected. You instead make losses. So it's better to use the company that you have tested and you always know that it provides good products. That's why for us, when we got this man, Apuli, yeah, when we got this man called Apul, we called him and he taught us about all the drugs, and he directed us about all the drugs that we can use. So we are not moving. So now we are not moving from this side to this side. We don't just buy anywhere. But we buy from this company fertilizers and the drugs, even the seeds. We have told him that in some time to come, in seasons to come, they should give us drugs and seeds on the loan, so that we can buy slowly as we pay slowly, instead of running from this company to the other company, from this company to that company. We have asked them to give us the seeds on subsidiary and also on loans, so that we can buy slowly and pay. And we have found it better, instead of moving from any company to another company. So we have decided now to use your company to give us those seeds, and we pay on loan, and we pay slowly, and we have found it is very better and working. So apart from the person who gives you that exact product, do you have any other person whom you consult that this company has given me the product? Not the person associated with the company. Is there any other person aside that you consult that this company has given me this product, and that person advises you? Yes, we have him, and the teacher have told you, they have told you earlier before. He helps us so much. In case of any challenge, for us, we just call him, because he gave us his number, and he tells us what to do on any challenge associated with what we are doing. Be it seeds, drugs, or any other thing, be it a new product on the market, we get advice from him. Though the ones who give us the product also give us more knowledge about their products, but we still ask our teacher to elaborate more. So when the plant is already in the garden, and maybe the way that it changes, maybe the way it's looking, so we just call him, and we tell him, now we explain on how our plants are changing with the situation, and he always gives us the advice on which drug to use. He will exactly tell us that now, because your plants are looking like that, use this chemical, you use this drug, you use this fertilizer. He always tells us. What I wanted to ask is that when you live here and someone has given you something new, and maybe the one you are looking for is not there, is not available, and then he tells you what you are looking for is not available, but there is another product that will help you. When you are not sure that it will work for you, is there a person that you consult? So, but I always don't fear my 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 suppliers, because I have always been using them. So because I've been using them, so I don't fear him, that what he has given me, though it is new, that it's not good. Because I've been using him, he cannot give me something that is not good. Because I know these people, they are professional in these things. They know more about the drugs that we are using, the fertilizers that we are using. So himself, he cannot give me something that is not working, because I'm his customer. When he gives me any product that is not good, it means he will have chased me away, not to come back. So I trust them that always they give me good products. So that's why you usually have to consult anyone unless there is a bigger challenge. Now tell me the story about what you last bought, and you were going to use them how. I have bought drug for maize and from tomatoes. I've last bought drugs that I'm going to use to spraying maize and the tomatoes. Those are the ones that I've just last bought. So I'm going to spray in the maize and in the tomato. This one that I've last bought, I'm going to use it to spray in the maize and tomatoes, and it works in the and it can be used even in the coffee. It can be used in the tomatoes, and also be used in the maize. And this also we have got it from your company, Sozo. You have got it from your company. In a month, how many times do you buy? It depends on how you have used the medicine. It depends on how you are using the medicine. Because this one, the powder, every week we are spraying, we are using it. And again, you have also to mix the one of the water, to constitute the one of the water. So it also depends on how big your garden is, because you have to use the one of the powder form, and also you reconstitute the liquid form drug. So it will actually depend on how big your garden is and the number of times you use it. So it will determine how many times you'll buy in a month. So when your garden is big, it means you have to buy a bit more number of times in a month, so that you can be able to buy enough drugs, so that you can be able to avail enough drugs for the crops in the garden, so that they can grow well. You find that when the garden is big, this one of the powder, you can use in even 2 kilograms. So it is the garden that gives you the image, and then you calculate the amount of money that you'll be using. Then you add and you get the total. So when you have cultivated small garden, even if you have cultivated small garden, even the input drag, it will be small. So even the number of times that you're going to buy in the market will be few. But when your garden is very big, you'll have to use a bigger amount of drugs, and it means even the number of times you're going to buy from the market will be more. And it will also determine the amount of money that you are using. The smaller the garden, the smaller the amount of money you put in the drugs use. And the bigger the garden, the bigger the amount of money that you put in to buy the inputs such as drugs. Because you have to spray every week, you don't need to skip any week without spraying. When you skip, the plants, they will change because they are lacking those drugs. So when the weather is good and there is not too much rain, you will use even smaller drugs because they will not be washed away. But now, like this time, it is a rainy season, too much drugs are used while spraying, and there is no way you can stop. You can stay without spraying. Every week you must spray. You don't need to skip, because when you skip, the planting will instead die. So you find yourself buying like how many times in the month? 4 times if you have been spraying every week. Now there you will be using like 4 kilograms of the drug in 1 month. The liquid drug, for it, you don't use too much of it. You use like 20 mils, like that. But you also spray according to how the plant is looking, how is it progressing. So you see as if it is starting to change the color. So when you keep on checking on the tomatoes, when you see them changing their color, or there are some spots on the leaves, then you know maybe there is a pest that has entered. Then you go and buy the medicine and you spray. Even the vitamins and the fertilizers you put, so that you put enough and you only remain with weeding. So you just keep on weeding until the product is grown. So another thing, so like now, which factors you depend on to say that let me buy this kind of a product? The first thing, you must have your own bomber, because if you say you rent the bomber, when you say maybe you rent the bomber, there is a way it affects you financially. Another thing, you must have the workers, the employees. Look, because you cannot spray the garden alone. And then you keep on checking which part of the garden that is not good. So when you see a part that is not good, you go and buy fertilizers and you put there, which so you find that you need the one to spray, the liquid one, and also you need the one of the powder, which will just you just put on the leaves and it clears. So it also depends on how the plant is progressing. What is lacking in the plantation is what also determines which kind of the drugs to buy, which kind of the fertilizers to buy, and also the means of application, the materials that you have. If it is for spraying, then you need to have your own bomber. If it is, and also you have also to have the skilled workers who can operate the available material that you're going to use to spray the drugs and the fertilizers in the garden, because you cannot do those things alone. So you can also calculate, depending on how the garden is, on how these plants are progressing, and now you decide and say, every week I'll spray the one of the vitamins, or every week I'll spray. It depends on what is lacking, or every week I'll put the fertilizers. You can say every after 7 days, or every after 2 weeks. Because when you say that the vitamins are lacking, then it means, or the minerals are lacking, the vitamins and the minerals are lacking, it means you don't have to stop. You need to apply the fertilizers that will provide the minerals. You have to provide the minerals. And maybe if you say sometimes you may see you may see that now the minerals are too much, so you stop, you don't add more minerals. But again, when you see the pests in the garden, you cannot stop spraying the drugs that is counteracting those pests. So you keep on spraying until the pests are no more. Because now for us, it also depends on which on what type of the plant you are planting. Because for us, we normally grow Irish potato, maize, and tomatoes. So you look at the picture of the garden, how they are progressing. What really do you depend on to strictly say, I must buy my drug on this shop, not any other shop, or I must buy it on this company, not any other company? What do you depend on? For us, we normally buy from those shops which they directed us to buy on. For example, here in Kisenyi, and we don't have any other branch anywhere. We buy from Musajja Iranga. So you put some transport on boda and buy and come and buy. So transport is also another challenge, because you cannot buy the drugs at once because of the changing progresses of the garden. So sometimes you find that you need to put transport every time to come and buy, depending on the need in the garden. That's why I told you that transport is our challenge. It's part of our challenge. Yet we have no any other branch except this one of Kisenyi Musajja Iranga. So you find that you might buy again the medicine, the drugs get done, and you don't have the money. So yet the money you got it on loan and it is already done. So that's why I was appealing that this company should accept our teacher to 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 to, to give us drugs from this company on loan, so that we can pay in installments. Because they can say that now the drugs are available. So since we are in the group, so the company may say, we have provided you drugs for 500,000 shillings Ugandan money. Then for us, we can ask ourselves, each farmer, which amount the farmer needs. So now we divide those drugs depending on the individual farmer need. So from there, we can still collect the money as a group and we pay back to the company. So whenever we sit, every week or every after week, depending on the time that our group sits, so we can talk about on how we are going to do the payments. So that's what I was asking the company to help us so that we don't get too much affected. So what you mean that transport also determines where you're going to buy the medicine and also determines when are you going to buy? So it also determines which kind of the drug to buy and when are you going to buy it? So according to now, for example, like me, I use 4,000 from Karanga. So that 4,000, when he's not carrying any other thing, but when you put more other things, even the transport will increase. He will ask you for more money. So it means that when you come and buy different products like water, you buy the liquid drug, also you buy some other products. It means the transport will increase and you find that the money is not available. So this will also, there is a way it affects us. So that's why I told you that when you provide us with the medicine at once, and for us we pay in installments, so we can be checking our stock. When we see that now the medicine is getting done, so we make sure that we finish our payment installments so that we can get more medicine. Yeah, we can stock more medicine. So that's why you have heard me emphasizing that you give us the medicine on the loan basis because we are a group. I know when he's one person, the company may not give him the medicine. But because now we are in the group, but because now we are in the group, the company, I beg that it may trust us because our group, we save and we borrow money. So that's why even if you give us a loan for 3 months, because even you have other things to buy, you have even to pay the employees and other things that we use in the farming. So that's why I was so emphasizing that you give us medicine on the loan. Your company may provide us medicine on the loan. So that one we can know that we can pay slowly in installments. I was going to ask that when you take, when you put, when you leave alone the money, when you leave all other factors constant, you buy slowly, small installments, or you buy at once. I told you and I showed you that when you have a small farming area or the garden, then you cannot buy small things. You buy a big amount of drugs and the utilities to use. But when you have a small garden, you can buy in small installments. You cannot just buy much drugs that you're not going to use. For example, if you have half hectare, you can buy in small. But when you have more than an acre, then you need to buy a full bag of drugs. So if you cannot do it alone and yet your garden is big, that's why you need to, someone has to subscribe to the group, so that the group may give you the loans, and you use those drugs so as you look for more money to buy more drugs. Because when you don't do that, you find that you need to you are the one to carry out the farming. Again, you have to look for the money, which it is a bit hard, and it is a bit hard. So you may not be able to do it. That's why you need to get loan, and you stock the drugs. Then you concentrate on the farming so that you can get better yields. Because you need to be checking those plants that you are growing closely. Because if you don't check them closely, any change in the weather, it may destroy the plantation. For example, here in Fort Potro, we've been receiving too much rains, and the rains destroys the tomatoes and also the Irish potato. That's why we need that money and the drugs to be also there, available. Because any mess up, the whole garden will be dead. So it needs the drugs to be there. Even your employees must also be there, and even you yourself, you must be there. And you cannot have those employees without the money. It means when you don't have the money, then you will use a smaller, you have now to set up a smaller garden. Because when you set up a big garden, you will fail and you get losses, and yet even the owner of the land needs the money. So you'll end up making losses in the season. So we fight so that you don't make losses in the season and you don't stop farming, and even the people you are working with, they don't go away from you. So you must use enough knowledge to see that you don't make losses, you have the medicine available, you have the employees available, and you make sure that you look after your plantations very well, so that when you after the season your yields are good and you can get good profits. Even the owner of the land is also given what he's supposed to get. I want you to tell me, when have you ever bought any product and that product challenged you or disturbed you? Yay! I remember those times before we had gotten our guider, this farming guider, Apuli. So we could buy any drugs we take, then we use them, yet at the end of it we find that the drugs are fake and they don't give us the expectation. You use the drug to spray and it does not do what you wanted to do. You may spray it in the tomato and you find that the drug is very fake. So the tomatoes just keep on burning. So we could buy fertilizers and other vitamins and other minerals and they don't do anything. We could buy boosters and they don't boost anything. We could buy the medicine to kill those caterpillars and other pests, but they still don't kill those pests. But when we got him, this farming guider, this farm guider called Apoli, he directed us on which shops to buy those products. And now me and my farmers, our products are doing well, our gardens are doing well, and our yields are also well. So we are getting yields to expectations. That's why I called him and I told him, you tell tell your company so that it can give us the medicines at a loan basis, and for us we shall be paying in installments. So for him he told us, I'll take your voices there. So when those people come and they call you in any occasion, in any convention, you come, you come, you come, and now they will tell you what to do. Do you still remember the day you bought that drug and it failed to work for you? Yeah, in those last seasons of those previous years, we were so much troubled because we could grow up we could cultivate and plant the seeds, but the drugs for sure, they could not work for us, not until we found this teacher who's guiding us. And those, like some good years, some good previous years, the truth is we could plant, and even they could tell us that those are boosters, we put them there, but the truth is we could not achieve anything. The plants could not yield. Some plants, sometimes they remained stagnant in one position. Even when we try to boost them, the truth is they could not be boosted, and the truth is we made losses because no yields that we achieved. But this season, if you come, you'll see that the plantations are looking good. Just that for me, this season I have not set up a big garden because I was also making bricks and also making other things. So I decided to just to set up a small garden. But if you can also look at my members of the group, you'll see that our plantations are looking good, are looking nice. So I have some small maize and also some small tomatoes, but you see they are looking good. So it means that the previous year's things is when you use those things and they are not working well. Yeah, the truth is before we met with our teacher, things were not working on well. So give me like three factors that you depend on when you're going to buy this or the other thing to use you as a person. One factor, when I get a good supplier. Some other people, you find that their products are not good. Then another thing, tra- another thing, I depend on the weather and also on how far to get these products. So when you get a company that can provide you a seed that can stand even in too much rains or that can stand in different conditions, so I depend on that company to buy the medicine. Someone may tell that these tomatoes are good, they can withstand the rains, and then after planting them, the truth is they don't do what they have told you. They can even tell you that they will yield big tomatoes, but after you'll find that the tomatoes are small. Even the Irish potato is the same thing. But what I'm appealing is that you provide us the seeds. You should provide us the seeds, and even the other materials used like drugs, so that we can get more yields, and you find that we all benefit, and your company also be benefiting. For me, I must say depend to see that we have cultivated in the right seasons, we have got the right seeds and the good fertilizers for tomatoes, Irish potato, even the maize. You have given us the sample and you have tested that your maize is also good. At this time, you can see the picture of the garden is good because you have just started providing to us, supplying to us, because you have just started supplying to us the seeds of maize, but we have tried them and they are working well. So when you decide to work with us, we shall also work with you and we shall cooperate with you very well. And remember, when you give us your products to test them, even other people, they will be learning from us. Because for example, if now we can set up a garden for a group trying to test your products, so and it comes out well, it will be attracting even the customers. Now I'm asking, you have not talked about the price, the price of the product. Don't you always also depend on the price of the product? No. For example, for us, the price of the products, we may not depend on it too much, because when these maize have grown very well, for example, when the maize have grown very well, even when the price in the market for the seeds has declined, we can still get we can sell this maize to those people who are making maize bran for chicken. Those ones who are getting different products, they can still raise our prices, we can still get the money. So because I can even put the maize there, I have my people who buy it, those ones who are rearing pigs, those ones who are rearing chicken. Yeah, they can buy and give me enough good money. Tomatoes are the one that always challenging us when the price is down. For that one, you can just bear with it. Oh, you are talking of the price of the products in the company. That one will depend on it. So you find that all the seeds now, the prices have raised. So for that one, I bet that you as a company, please, you have mercy upon us and you deduct on the prices. For that one, you deduct on the prices, because that because you may come when you have budgeted to buy like 8 kilograms of maize, and you find that the prices of seeds are high. Now for that one, you find that again you have instead taken 6 kilograms. So and it is now because of the prices that have affected. So I pray that you deduct on the prices of the seeds. Yeah. Because you find that again you need more money so that you can buy the needed amount of maize. Yet you have to buy other products used like the fertilizers. So I was suggesting, please work on the prices. Please fight for us on that issue. Because when you have already cultivated you have already cultivated your garden, yet the money to buy the seeds is not enough because of the high prices, then you find that again you have to look for another thing to plant in the remaining part of the garden. Because you may have budgeted that I'll use this cultivated area to buy for growing maize alone, and another one for growing tomatoes alone. But because you cannot buy the seeds because of their high prices, you find that you cannot fulfill what you plan because the prices are too high and they have affected you. So like when you are trying to buy those products that you're using in the garden, what do you always put what effort do you always put there to see that the prices does not affect you? So for that issue, you still have hardship with it, because it is where we go to buy those products are the one who tell us the prices, and they always complain that the prices are rising because of the raised taxes. So that's why I was appealing and trying to affirm to you that we still have a challenge in that area. So when you are taking small, he'll stick on the price, and yet you don't have to leave. You cannot leave that product because you need it. But when you're taking like more of the products, sometimes they may deduct on the prices, small deductions. They may put some small deductions on the prices. You don't have any other tactic that you use to see that the one who is selling deducts on the prices for you. Just like I told you that most of the people who are providing the products who are supplying the products to us, if maybe he's selling his product like 15,000, he can deduct for you 500 shillings. So what I was trying to know, if maybe he tells you like the product is 15,000, there is anything that you do to confirm that whether it is 15,000. Yes, that one will do it, but the person who is selling in his market, and for you also need the products to go, you need your seeds to go and plant. So you end up taking the seeds because you cannot leave your cultivated the garden just there. So the shops are not the same. You may find that the other shop is selling the different prices, and another shop is also selling a different price. But sometimes we also fear those ones who call us to for low prices, because most of the time they sell fake products. You may go there, he will tell you, come, I'll deduct for you, yet he's selling you a fake product. So you take it after cultivating it, and it makes losses for you. So that's why we just stick on those shops where they directed us. So, and we have to most of the time to bear with the prices, because when you go there and then this side and the other side, then you may find that you get a fake product. So that's why you don't waste time to go on different shops trying to confirm the prices. The big the biggest the biggest challenge is on the tomatoes. It's not like the maize and the Irish potato, because for the tomatoes, any single mistake, for example, if you can use a fake drug once, you may come back tomorrow when the whole garden is dead. It's not like the Irish potato and the maize, that maybe you can use a fake product at once, then you change to a right one. That's why you find that we just pay with the prices. When he tells you it is 160, 200, or a bag, or 15,000 a kilogram, you just buy. You just go with it. Because you trust the product. Because when you go to look for the one which is cheaper, you'll find the medicine, the drug, when it is mixed with other things. Most of the people now, they have gotten that evil knowledge of mixing up things. For example, they may mix the drug with soybeans. Are they products that you use and you say, that one is very good, I respect it? Yeah. Like for example, these products of yours is good, is a bit better. So like for example, our teacher told us, he came and told us, you go in Kisenyi, that company is selling good medicine, he's selling good products, good agricultural products. So inputs, good agricultural inputs. So there was no need for us to move the other side and different sides, because you may, when you are moving the side to another side, from one side to another, you may find that what you are looking for, you may not be able to get it. You instead get losses, fake products, and those products, when you input them in the garden, they will still yield fake yields, and it end up giving you losses. So for us, we mostly buy from Kisenyi. That's why I told him that for us, in order to avoid losses, so for us, we shall be asking those drugs, and when the time has come, you come and you give those drugs to us from here, from our group. So even if it is of how much money, we can cooperate with them so that they provide us those drugs, and for us, we shall be paying in installments. Isn't there any products that you know the names? Like your products? I have forgotten the names. I have forgotten the names, but your products are good, for you sell seeds and you sell fertilizers, you sell even the medicine. So why do you like our products most? Because you taught us, and we have tested your products, so they are they are good. We have tested them. That's why we say that you provide them to us on loan so that we can grow your products. So can also the packing determines your need to buy that product. Yeah, the packing is good because no one can open it and put fake things, because those ones which are not packed well, they open them and they put fake things. So what you mean that something with a product, when it's packed well, it can persuade you to buy it? Yes, it can persuade me. So what do you do? How do you go about it when the season comes and you need a lot of drugs? So when the season comes and we need a lot of drugs as a group, when I'm not alone, when I'm alone, I buy small drugs. But when we are like a group, it needs for us to get a supplier who can supply us the products and in the big amounts, and then we can pay him lay small in a small amount, in small installments, but finally we finish the payment. So because when we are in the group, it means we have bigger gardens, so we need those drugs at once and we stock them. So we in the meeting we can know how much each individual needs depending on anyone's need. So then we collect the needs, we calculate, we see how much in total that we need, then how much drugs we need, and how much money do we have in cash. So that this company that is providing to us the drugs, they can also take a portion of money, not to go empty handed, and then the remaining portion we can pay it as we go on. Be, be, because we know they have provided us good drugs, and we can stock them, and they will provide, they will work for us depending on our need. For me, when I'm so how about you alone? When you are in the season, how do you always go about it? For me, when I'm alone, I come and buy small amount of the drugs, or I can take the drugs and use a portion of it, and I know the remaining portion I'll use it. Or I take the small one, I use it, so when they are done, I come and buy more. So let me assume that now you have called me, you need me to supply to you the products, the inputs, or the drugs or seeds. So which time, how much time do you give me so that I can supply what you need? So for me, what I do, I see, then when I see that the season has already begun, after I have cultivated, I'll call you earlier before, and I tell you to supply to me the drugs, because those drugs must be there in time, so that when I'm using them, there is no way I can skip to make losses. For example, when you're growing tomatoes, maize, and Irish potato, there is no way you can stay without those drugs. So you need to be with them in the house, because just a smaller delay, because it's because a smaller delay, it may lead to a bigger loss. Just out because the smaller delay, out of nowhere, you may find that the product has already changed. The leaves have changed. The weight is progressing has changed, and you need the fertilizers or the medicine in time. So that's why I have to call you earlier before, so that you provide those products in time. So what you mean? So you'll give a supplier like 2 weeks before the time for spraying? Yes, I give him 2 weeks before, so that he can prepare himself, and he brings to me the products to use, so that I can also use them in time. So what other things that disturbs you when you buy those materials to use in the garden? What disturbs us is that sometimes we buy things not of good quality, and when we use them, they don't give us the real yields that we need.
Kevin, it's okay. Right. Tusomere ku flash. Anti kati bw'otumanyi tulina okatusira buli mwezi obisetinga buseti bitali lwoddako okisamu ekyo Saturday esente zisigala zizino lwaki zizino.
Are there other things that are disturbing you, that you may find that you need a certain product, yet it is available, but you end up not taking it? Is there anything that can hinder you? No, nothing can hinder me, because the product I need is already there on the market.
So
I have gotten the
any
money.
number
I have where to cultivate. Then what can stop me? Nothing.
enfu
I think there is nothing can disturb me.
tezikuteekera mu details.
Maybe because the only thing that would have disturbed is the money. But I told you we need the loans. So now if you have gotten the loan, there is nothing that will disturb you. It is only the lack of money that disturbs you to get the medicine.
Ya company.
Because there is no one can give you the medicine when you have not paid the money. And even when someone is to give you, he will give you small amounts,
Refer details.
except the company.
Refer details. So they say
That's why you have heard me asking that the company should provide to us those products on loan. So how about if you come at the shop where you have been buying those products, those inputs, and you come and you find that what you need is not there? What do you do? How do you feel? Oh, that one is so painful. For example, when you find that the product is not available, or they have shifted from that place and they have not told you, it means you need to look for somewhere else where to get the product. And sometimes it's not easy. It's always difficult to again to trust another supplier whom you've not been working with. So it is too painful, because you need to get a replacement where you can get the prices, when you can get the products that are good, that are as good as the one you have been using from the previous supplier who have shifted, or the one who has not stocked the product that I need. Yeah, that. So, though it is disturbing, but you need to bear with it, because you must get that product at any cost, so that your products come out well. If you don't get it, because your products may not be able to come out well without that product, though you put a lot of energy, because there is a difference in the suppliers. Some others quality is not good, other quality are a bit of substandard, so you find that it is too hectic, but you need to find what to use. How do you transport your products from the market to the garden? For that, we use the taxi and boda. But the transport is also high, depending on how many times you come to the market to buy, and it is affecting us too much. Yeah, for example, for me, just you have asked me how much do I use in transport. Now, for example, me, I come from Karambi. I use 6,000 to come every day if I'm to come to buy anything. So you may find that you have used 6,000 and you take like 3 kilograms, yet you need more. So it means that the more times you come, the more the money continues to multiply. So you feel like 10 days you have used 60,000. So then when you put employees, you find that you have used a lot of money. So when the products when the garden yields well, you find that you have you can sell those products and you get good money, and you get good profits, so you can be able to pay the transport, and also you remain with the good profits that you can use to educate your children and other things. So which distance do you think that if those products are extended to that distance, it will be easy for you to get it at a cheaper transport? According to me, as I told you before, I suggest that if your company can come to us in our group, to our group where we sit, and they provide us those drugs at once, it will be a bit cheaper. They provide them at once, but again on the loan basis, it will be a bit cheaper for us. Another thing, also to tell you before, that now we are remaining with few drugs, and we need more drugs. So you also prepare and bring to us the drugs before the one you supplied earlier are done. So that one can also help us to save more transport, and we instead of using that money for transport, we can save it in our group savings group. Yeah. Now, at this time, how do you pay the products that you are using? Mostly it is the seeds that are taking too much money from us. But depending on what we need, still we pay the money. Do you pay cash, or you pay on credit? We pay cash. Because no one can give us a loan. No one can give us those products on loan. So have you ever gone to any financial institution and maybe you borrowed the money to buy the inputs and you input in the garden? Yeah, our group is a saving and loan group. So we have been getting the money, and we have been loaning it to people, to the members. Yeah, and we tell you to bring it within 3 months. But we found it challenging because within 3 months you need to repay the money. You need to repay back the money, yet all what we are growing, the plants that we are growing, they yield within 4 months, 5, 6, like that. So you find that you need to take back the money within 3 months. So it is a bit challenging. And that's why we decided that if we can get another company that can give us those products, for example, if they give us products for 1 million and maybe we raise 500,000, can they accept? Yeah, that's what. Can they accept? So if they can accept, then that one will have helped us. Apart from us, do you have any other companies that you have ever talked to about this issue of giving you products on the loan? Yeah, we have other companies. We talk to them, but the people who talk to them, the representatives, told us that they will take the voices to their to those companies, and maybe when those companies agree, they will come and talk to us, just like the way we send this teacher to you. So at this time, is there any agro dealer that is giving you any product on credit? No, no one is there. Because most of them, they don't have enough capital, so they cannot give us on credit because their capital will not be enough for them. So how do you do it to say that when the season is going to begin, you have some money to buy those products? For me, whenever the season is done and I have sold my products, I make sure that I deducted all the expenses and I remain with the money. I keep it for more input, for the next input. Because it's after deducting all other expenses, then I use the remaining money to invest in other inputs. And that's why you find that most of the farmers, they again grow smaller gardens and they produce smaller products. Have you ever heard about the insurance for agricultural insurance? No, I have never heard about it. Now, about insurance, I have not heard about it before, but if it is there, you can also bring it to us and we use it. So, do you think that it can help the farmers? Yes. For example, now if you have already agreed with the insurance company and they come and check on you, maybe they see that you have made losses, they can help you to regain, to cover up the losses. It is very good and I appreciate it. Which phone do you use? A smaller and a bigger? Enkoto is the big one. You use it for what? I have just bought that big phone. I have not yet used it. Then Intito is the small one. Is the smaller one. Is the one that I'm used to. But I have not yet installed any apps. Don't you think that using the phone is more easier than moving to the shop? Yeah, it might be good, but it needs me also to move to and see what I want, because sometimes I can use the phone, yet these people, they may send us low quality products and you may not be able to return it back. But when you have just gone there yourself, you can see that what they are telling, what they are giving is of low product, and you can maybe return it back and they provide you with something better. Sometimes you may find that what you want is not there, then you ask him, when are you going to bring it? Oh, sometimes you may find even your fellow farmer there, they can give you, then you when you get yours and then you return back what they have already given you.
It's okay.
So if maybe we'd say that instead of moving to the places, why don't we use the phones? If we decide like that, you prefer using the calling or you prefer using an app? I prefer using calling, because calling is easier for me. But how about using the app? Can you trust using the app? Yeah, I can use the app if they have trained me to use it. I have no problem if it can give me the services that I want, because I have not gone far in education. But if they can teach me how to use those apps and those apps provide exactly that I want, I have no problem with it. Has it ever happened that you ever called someone to bring for you something and he brought you something of low quality? Has it ever happened to you? Yeah, mostly we call them and we ask them to bring the medicine, and then they'll tell you, no, what you're asking for, I don't have it, but I have. This one can work like the other one. And we have found that one many times. So they provide us those products in replacement of what we needed exactly. Sometimes they are mixing, we can mix them wrongly because we've not used to them. So later we can call them and we tell them. So they will ask us how have you reconstituted the medicine. We find that they'll tell us, we tell them exactly what we have done, and we may find that the challenge came from us. It is us the source of the problem. So what they do, they correct the mistakes and we continue. So they'll direct us on what to do. They'll tell us maybe you are supposed to use in the morning or evening. So we follow their instructions. Have they ever sold to you fake products? Yes, they have ever done it. So what did you do? So we used them and we made losses. After making losses, you go and look for other something which is better. Apart from the person of the shop. Apart from your teacher and the company, do you have any other people that you get advice from, who will direct you on which product to buy and which seed to plant, and also advise you on the market? Yes, I have other farmers like me who always advise me on what to do. So they advise me on the market, which current product and the prices. In case you see someone who is professional in agriculture, which question can you ask that person? Yeah, if I get a professional agriculturist, I can ask him about the quality of the prices, the quality of the fertilizers, and how they can bear with the condition. And I can also ask him how can we get those products nearer to us. Now that the season is yet to come, what thing are you worried about? I'm worried about the seeds and the drugs. But when I have those things, I'm not worried about anything. Apart from giving you products on credit, and you have any other thing that you may say that if maybe they can work on it, it can also help me to continue with my work well. Yeah, is to get maybe another thing is if is about the quality of the seeds. If they can give us the good quality seeds and the good quality fertilizers, and when we plant them they come out well, there is no any other loss. Cannot get losses. Maybe another advice that I need is about the market and the loans. Maybe there is no any other thing except repeating my names and where I come from. My names are Kugonza James. I come from Birairova in the city division. I'm aged 38 years. Members of the group sent me to come and lead them and represent them in their voices. I have 30 members. They are asking for good seeds, good quality seeds, and good quality drugs. Okay, thank you, James, for giving us that time. Let me hope that your feedback that you have provided to us will help you, the farmers and other farmers in the country, so that their work is developed to a better position. Thank you so much.